Hi guys, welcome to another video. My name is Melody and we are an Air Force family stationed in Japan. Since we have been here for over a year now, I thought I would do a video talking about our experience here so far. It's going to be like a pros and cons type of video of what it's been like here, what it's been like to live in Japan as an Air Force family. This is going to be like a sit down chatty video, so if you're not really interested in that, I probably wouldn't watch this, but I just thought I'd give my experience living here in Japan. So I'm going to do pros first and then I'll do cons. I'll try not to be all over the place, but my first pro is that obviously like Japan is different from the US, so it has its own culture and lifestyle, and learning it and seeing it for ourselves here in Japan has been really awesome. Like, I don't know, Japanese people are just different. Like the fact that they bow their heads to you all the time as a thank you or just as a hello, like to me that's so cool. In the US, you don't just, bow your head to everyone. It's like literally like hello. Like we've gotten so used to bowing our heads, and it's just like a respect thing, I guess. And like the more you want to show respect, the deeper your bow is, I believe. So I think that's pretty cool. Like stuff like that. It has been just so nice to experience and see. And I feel like the Japanese citizens like have a reputation for being very respectful and nice. I can't say that everyone is, because I feel like we're all human, we're not perfect, so there's bound to be that Japanese person that isn't so nice and respectful, and we have seen it. We have experienced rude Japanese people. But overall there is like a sense of respect and politeness, and just being thoughtful. And yeah, when it comes to like Japanese interactions, overall it has been nice. Another pro is that it's very beautiful here. Like there's so much nature and mountains and ocean. Yeah, this is very beautiful here. That's definitely a pro. Another pro is that there is so much to do here. The city of Tokyo just has, it's so big. But yeah, there's so much to do. It's just about like Googling, and there's Facebook groups too with like ideas of what to do around Tokyo. Tokyo itself is huge. There's many parks, there's theme parks, there's beaches, there's stores, there's malls, and then there's the train that takes you to like pretty much anywhere in Tokyo, but you just have to learn the system. It can be intimidating, but I've heard that as long as you use Google, you shouldn't get lost. It might be hard to understand like the first, I don't know, maybe 5 times you use it, but it's very convenient once you do learn to use it. But yeah, there's like a lot of restaurants to try. You just have to like make the effort and go. So yeah. Another pro is that things can be cheap, I guess depending on what the yen rate is for that day. From my understanding, the yen rate changes every day. So when it converts to US dollars, it's like cheaper. So like if you spend $100 at something, it could come out to like $90 or $80. It just depends on the rate that day. So in that case, things can feel cheap or be cheap. And a lot of times we'll go out to eat somewhere and we think we spent so much US dollars, but really we didn't because of the yen rate. It's weird, it's confusing, but it can be nice when you're like, especially wanting to travel and stuff. Another pro is that the weather is nice. I come from Florida and we usually just get hot and then rain, and then we get like a week that it's cold but not really cold. So we do get the 4 seasons here at this base, Yokota Airbase. I think there's other bases in Japan that don't get like the 4 seasons, or I don't know, I can't speak for the other bases, but at least here for Yokota we get the 4 seasons. We get summer, spring, fall, and winter. We get them all. The weather is nice. I don't think it's too hot. I mean, I do think it's pretty hot. During the summer it gets pretty hot, and I come from Florida and I thought that it was hot there, but summers here are very hot. Apparently we get typhoons here too. We haven't been through one, so I don't know what it's like. I think we went through like a storm, but it wasn't that bad. Again, I come from Florida and we've had hurricanes, so I feel like I'm used to it, and I kind of want to experience a typhoon here, but yeah, I haven't experienced one yet. Another pro is that the food here is awesome. Like, we've tried restaurants, we've tried like specific food items, and there's just so many good foods we tried. Like, I could probably make a video in itself about like the foods that we like. Obviously Japan has like sushi. They have this thing called onigiri that I'm totally obsessed with. We have like plenty of good like treats. They have a lot of things that you've never heard of before, seen of before, that it's like, oh wow, this is really good. You just gotta like be brave and try new things. I'm still working on that, but it's been very fun to see like all the stuff that we like from Japan, and I don't even want to think about when we leave because there's just gonna be some foods that I'm really gonna miss. And then another pro is all the cool and unique items that you find in Japan, and you can only really understand that point until you're here, and then you just go shopping, go to thrift stores, and see all the cool stuff that they have that you've never seen in the US. They have some items too that are just like so thoughtful, like so like well made, I guess. They have so many thrift stores around base that you could just like, for me, I could spend hours in it and just find so many cool things. And it's obviously gonna feel unique because it's from Japan. But yeah, that's definitely a pro. And then another pro is the bidets. They have bidets like everywhere, almost. I'm pretty sure at every like public place I've been to in Japan has bidets, and they even have them at the 7-Eleven. I don't know, it's just nice to sit on a warm toilet, especially on a cold day. But that's definitely a pro. Okay, now I'm gonna do cons, and my first con is gonna be that the fruits can be very expensive. Like, I don't know prices right now, I can't think of it, but we will look at fruit and be like, wow, that's freaking too much. But I guess that just comes with living on an island and exporting. I don't know how any of that works, but I'm guessing that's why. And then like, you just don't find a lot of options when it comes to fruits on the commissary. Like, I've seen some people post comparing prices to like fruits at Walmart and then fruits here, and it's just so much cheaper back in the US. So that is definitely a con. Another con is obviously there is going to be a language barrier when you come here, unless if you already know Japanese. It sucks to go out in public and not be able to say like certain things to people, or to be able to ask something without using Google Translate, or reading a product that you're interested in but you don't know what the heck it's saying, or just going about the city and not knowing what this building is, or what this sign says, or what this man is saying. It sucks. Like, it sucks not speaking the language, but I guess that can be fixed if you just, you know, learn the language, come here and make the effort to learn the language, which I was doing when we first came here, but I just haven't. Another con that I feel like all my points are very obvious points, but it's just, I don't know, it's food for thought, I guess. I thought this video might be helpful for people, blah, whatever. Obviously we are far from family, so that's a con. I can't just, you know, book a 2-hour flight and go see my family. If I were to want to go home, tickets are not cheap. I think sometimes, depending on the time of year, depending on the the airline, or if you go on the rotator from base, like, there's ways to make your flight cheaper, but it's not cheap. We don't consider it cheap, at least. So it just sucks being far from home. Some days I do like just want to see my family. I wish I could just go and see my family, hang out with my family, but we can't. Like, my husband and I agreed that while we're here we probably wouldn't fly home because the flights are pricey, and I don't know, for that money that we would spend, we'd rather spend it traveling here in Japan and making the most of our time here and seeing the most that we can while we're here. But yeah, hopefully our family can visit and they can experience Japan for themselves, but that's a con. Like, I love my family, I miss them, so yeah. Okay, another con that I did not expect while coming here is that I have developed allergies, and I have heard of other people developing allergies. Like, I would literally have them all throughout the year, not every single day, but most days I wake up with allergies. I've never been a person to have them. My husband does and has had allergies, and I've said allergies so many times. But yeah, I didn't expect that coming here. And I don't know why it happens. I think it has something to do with living in the mountains, or living by the mountain. We live by Mount Fuji, and I don't know, something that falls off the mountain, or maybe it's the trees around here. I don't know, but I have allergies and it has not been fun. I don't like it. Another con that I have is that there are no stores that we are used to here. So we literally have to learn, go to stores, find out what items they have. We are part of a Facebook group, so I feel like I've learned a lot through the Facebook group, and they always are recommending stores, and it's been very helpful in that regard. But still, like, I feel like every store we go to, we have to learn the items and study it, and okay, we'll probably come back to this store, we probably won't come back to this store. But that's also fun. It's fun to like get to know the area, get to know. Another con that might not be a con for you, but it's a con for me, is earthquakes. Luckily, we haven't experienced any rough earthquakes here at this base. I come from Florida, and we have 0 earthquakes there. It's not something I'm used to, but I guess because of where Japan is located, and with the, what do you call them? Like, I know what it is. It's like plates or something, and they're moving all the time. So literally, like, Japan experiences earthquakes, I think, every single day. Some are bigger, some are smaller. And yeah, I was coming out of the shower and the freaking house was shaking, and that was scary. But at least we live in a garden unit, and I believe if you live in a garden unit, you feel it less. Not at all, but you feel it less. And if you live in a tower here, like, you're bound to feel it because you're higher, and I guess it's just more wobbly. I don't know how to explain it, but yeah, that's a con for me, because I don't like it. I don't know. I don't want to experience an earthquake, a strong one. Another con that I have, while like I said that they do have good food here, they do have like very different items. Like, you'll go to a restaurant and you'll see like a bunch of stuff you're just not used to. First of all, you don't understand what it's saying. A lot of times the restaurants around like off base will have English menus, and I feel like most places do, but then it's just a place that you don't have English menus, so you just have to use your Google Translate app and scan the menu and make it in English and try to order. But they just have very different items, and sometimes it's like weird, and like I would never eat that, but that can be a con. Like, just not having food they are used to. But then again, you just have to keep exploring, keep trying new places. There's gonna be things that you thought you wouldn't like that you do end up liking, so you just have to make an effort and find places and find foods that you will like. And then my last con is driving. Driving here can feel very intimidating, because first of all, you're on a different side of the vehicle, and then you're on a different side of the lane. So it can be very intimidating, and then you don't really understand the signs, what they say, and then just like the way that traffic flows, and somehow the streets are, like, it's just very different. They're smaller, so that sucks. Just like, my husband has gotten really good about driving in smaller lanes, but I'm still like very intimidated. I think I've only driven like 4 times off base with my husband in the car, and to a destination that we've been to like many times, so I know the route. But that's a con, like, just how scary driving can be. But I feel like the more you do it, the more comfortable you become, so it's just about practice. And that's pretty much it. Nothing groundbreaking, like I said. I feel like overall, definitely our experience has been more good than bad. We love it here. We are gonna miss it here. We're always talking about like how weird it is gonna be to like go back to the US and like not be bowing our heads to people, and I don't know. So far we love it. Like, we are glad we are here. I did not think I was gonna like it here that much. I wasn't excited to come to Japan. It was never a destination I had in mind. But now that we're here, I am glad we are here. I think our kids love it too. My husband enjoys it. At first he didn't, just because how things ended up being in the beginning. It was just, I guess it was just a matter of getting used to things, and now we definitely are. But yeah, if you have any questions about the base or any comments, feel free to leave them down below. Thanks for watching this video. Hopefully it was a little bit informative, give you an idea of what it's like to be here. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching.